Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nara and here we're discussing all things astrology, spirituality, mysticism, psychology, and all that great stuff. And this video is about Sagittarius, Sun rising, or Jupiter in the first house. So I just Jupiter in any house really, you can still watch this video. Okay, so Sagittarius is a fire sign, right? Sagittarius is a fire sign, which is a mutable sign. It is not fixed like a Leo. It is not cardinal like an Aries. It is mutable, right? So Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. And like I always do, I always like to interpret Jupiter, the rulership planet, first, and then applying it to zodiac sign and interpreting zodiac sign this way. So what is Jupiter? Jupiter is a planet, is actually referred to god Zeus, who didn't like restrictions, and even I believe his wife, who was trying to restrict him, in how he wanted to live, he broke out from those restrictions. Okay, so Sagittarius do not love restriction. And then Jupiter, the god Zeus, was also the one who had a very high perspective on life and saw life from a very, conscious, very high conscious level, unlike other people, and also was like very inspired to create, to do so many things and stuff like that. But here with Jupiter god was very, very like manifestor like. However, we also need to remember that Jupiter likes to expand. So whatever house you have Jupiter in, that area of your life, you'll be drawn to expand, and where you will not feel like you have enough. So in my personal example, I have it in the second house of my resources. So I constantly feel like it's not enough until I know that it's too much, kind of thing, okay? So that's the, so that's the Sagittarius energy. And Sagittarius energy embodies Jupiter energies, right? And Jupiter is a big one. It likes to expand. It likes to do big stuff on a very like large scale, grandiose level. But Jupiter always sees from high perspective. It doesn't see the details necessarily. Jupiter sees the overall picture, right? And sometimes if you're not careful, so Jupiter is a very good planet, but if it's difficultly aspected, then you will have over optimism for no reason in life, or you will have like overconfidence about what you do and what you want to expand without paying the details, or you wanting to start something but you don't actually have the ability to stick with that decision because you're always like not enough and you want to jump into the next thing, just like Gemini would. So it's something to be aware of. So look at where your Jupiter is placed and just analyze your life, see if you're actually acting this way, if you're acting like something is not enough for you in that particular area of your life. If that's the case for you, then you know what to do. Just change that with that awareness. Try not to go there anymore. But just in general, Jupiter is a very good planet. It's a manifestor planet. It allows you to imagine, to inspire others. It's it's a planet that inspires others. It wants to be everywhere, but it doesn't want to stay nowhere. That's why we know that Sagittarius men are cheaters. They're everywhere, but not actually staying anywhere. You know what I mean? So yeah. For Saggy. So Jupiter is a planet that loves to expand. It loves to make big things, create big stuff, inspire others. Go here, inspire them, and then move on. Go there, inspire others, and then move on. Go there and then inspire them. Everywhere, like it's like a rustle of the morning stars, like everywhere. My inspiration, but what do I have in the end? I don't even know, because you don't stay nowhere. Because you don't have this discipline like Saturn has. So if you have a difficultly aspected Jupiter, it's going to give you a lot of delusion in life. So be careful. Then going to Sagittarius. So Sagittarius have all of those energies. They love to inspire people. And again, sometimes they over-inspire people who don't even deserve the inspiration, you know, who haven't done anything, they still inspire them. Like one of my friends, my bestie, Nargisa, I know you're watching this video. Like, stop inspiring people who don't deserve it. Come on. It's so funny. Because of that Jupiter energy, they see the best in other people, but they don't see the reality sometimes. You know, they're like flying too high, but not actually understanding the reality. So yeah, something to be aware of. Another thing is that Sagittarius love to travel. They love to, they're very optimistic. They're optimistic about their future, no matter what age they are. They see the brighter side of of life. You know, so, and also the main difference between Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, like all of these three fire signs, they're all a fire element, but they're very different in the way they manifest themselves, right? So let's say Aries is a cardinal mode and ruled by Mars. And for Aries, they're very impulsive and aggressive, right? Have anger issues. And whatever they want, they just go and get it without asking anybody's permission. So they're like they need it here and right now. If they want it, they're impatient. But if it's a Leo, then a Leo is a fixed sign. Yeah, it wants something, but it wants it long term, and it will be very thoughtful and conscious in the way they approach it. Unlike Aries, just goes and gets it without even thinking. But Leo thinks about it. Leo, you know, like, okay, how do I strategize? How do I do this so that my success is long term, not just for overnight success? You know, Leo, Leo don't like that. But Sagittarius is a mutable sign. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and they are very fiery in the way they express themselves to inspire others. So that's their main mission. They're like a guru who sees the reality from a higher perspective and who wants to, you know, they have so much inspiration from that Jupiter energy, and they are very fiery as well. They want to just like spread that inspiration over everybody, but not necessarily stay anywhere. And they also mutate with other people and what they want, and they like to change their expression, self-expression based on the environment too, because they are mutable signs. They can feel other people's vibrations and use it to their advantage in order to change their self-expression and creativity in the way they inspire other people. Okay, so that's something to be aware of as well. And okay, but what about the first house if you have Sagittarius rising or Jupiter in the first house? So Jupiter or Sagittarius in the first would mean that, firstly, let's start with appearance. It might affect your appearance. So Sagittarius is a horse, right? Like there's a human on top, and then there's horse legs, right? So what does it mean? So it actually can be related to appearance. So Sagittarius rising people or Jupiter in the first, they tend to be a little bit more overweight than others, or actually Sun Sagittarius too, because excuse me, because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter likes expansion, right? So these people, like whoever has a big Sagittarius placement, might struggle with overweight problems, like being overweight, with like weight issues, diet issues, and stuff like that, because they might overeat, they might eat more than they should. So yes, something to keep in mind as well. So with Jupiter in the first is, you know, people are more chubbier than usual, and also they have a figure that looks like, you know, BBL type of figure, because it's the horse, right? So Sagittarius rising and Jupiter in the first, they look like, you know, they have like a big butt, big hips, you know, like wide hips kind of thing, like an hourglass figure, but like more hefty than usual. So that's for appearance. And the way they approach life, they might be overly optimistic. They might be too, you know, let's say motivated to do something, but they can never stick with whatever they want to start. So they might be very delusional, the first house people, especially if it's badly aspected. But if it's not badly aspected, you know, it gives you better, you know, qualities from Jupiter. So just look at that, you know. But if you're, you know, conscious and aware and not approaching life the way, you know, Jupiter would in a bad way, then you're good. But yeah, if you are slipping from a reality and start to believe in something more than you should, then yeah, just stop yourself and don't go there, because Jupiter can do that easily. Sagittarius rising, they can be very, very happy people in general, you know, like they don't get stuck on negativity. They move on pretty fast. They see reality, you know, the ugliness, and they consciously close their eyes and choose something different. They can be powerful manifestors if they can use that Jupiter energy correctly, because they have imaginative abilities. Also, in the old textbooks, we have the Pisces is also ruled by Jupiter, right? But primarily Neptune, I would say. But also like those imaginative qualities, Jupiter has them, because that's why he was actually, you know, ascribed to Pisces. So yeah, guys. But Jupiter in the first, people might be overly confident too, might be overly not committed at all, not being able to commit to anything or anybody, not being able to form relationships if you have it in the seventh house sometimes. Like I know that Jupiter is good, but in a lot of ways, you know, life is not easy, and in a lot of ways it's going to trigger like the opposite of the planet. And that's when, you know, if it's practiced more than it should, then that's what's going to be your reality, you know, and you're going to be just delusional in life. I'm delusional too. I have Jupiter in the second house, okay? Like when I call people out, like zodiac signs, I don't mean that I mean bad things at all. I'm here to freaking discuss and realize what the heck those planets are doing to y'all guys, and to stop getting tricked. Because when you know, it's better to, like, it's easier to resist and not go there, right? Sagittarius is, you know, never stays anywhere. They like to travel a lot. These people love to travel. I won't be surprised if Sagittarius rising or Mars in the ninth house of Sagittarius, because ninth house, you know, is Sagittarius. Ninth house is ruled by Sagittarius, right? It naturally belongs to Sagittarius. So the ninth house naturally belongs to Sagittarius, and if you have that a planet in the ninth house, like I have Mars, and that would mean that you'll be traveling a lot, because Sagittarius loves to travel. They also love religion. They love seeing different perspectives. They always see the best in people, you know, they always see the good in people, and they like to connect with a lot of people, not necessarily with just a few, and they like to like spread their Jupiter energy. Yeah, so I think I covered pretty much everything in Sagittarius, but from the, you know, basic interpretation. But what I would say, just add the comments about Sagittarius, these people are great for show business. These people are incredible for business. These people are incredible for like whatever, Sagittarius, Sun, rising. If you have Jupiter there, you will freaking, honestly, trust me. So Sagittarius energy will allow you guys to be, how can I put it, be more conscious than other people, be more wise than other people, see through the things, you know, if you use it correctly. It's also very like spiritual house. It likes to do self-improvement stuff. Sagittarius love self-improvement stuff. They love, you know, the self-help industry. They love the spiritual community. They love to go in workshops and seminars and webinars and whatever, you know, to improve their lives. They're in constant improvement. Unlike Leo, is like, I was born perfect, like I shouldn't be improving anything. But Sagittarius is like, no, like we gotta improve, we gotta constantly flow, we gotta keep doing. It doesn't stay in one place. It's a mutable sign. It gets affected by environment, and it tries to provide to the environment what the environment wants. And they usually have that ability to detect what the environment, the trends and stuff like that, Also, they may be drawn to spirituality and they can become gurus. Also, for, you know, if you have like Jupiter in the ninth house, then you might travel a lot since very early childhood. Or if you have Jupiter in the first house, you might travel since very young, you know, age. Um, let's see, what else can we say about Sagittarius? They, I do have Jupiter in the second house of my resources, so it's never enough for me until I know that it's too much, and then I, you know, don't feel good. Like health wise, my health deteriorates, gets affected big time, and I don't like it anymore. I don't like what I'm doing anymore, you know, and then I stop doing what I'm doing. So please be aware if you have, you know, Jupiter, which, you know, skews your thinking and skews your perception, which makes you, you know, like drop things and stop doing them. Be aware of that too. But overall, if you use Jupiter energy correctly, you can manifest great things in life. Like, there is no limit with Jupiter, honestly. Yeah, I think I've covered everything for the sign of Sagittarius. Please let me know if that resonated. If it did, I would love to hear your comments to see what you have to say. But if it didn't, drop your comments below with your interpretations from your life experiences. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye, y'all. Love you.